Nature works, and it does work, for two good reasons that are useful for us as leaders. The first is that all around us is a treasure trove, a research and development laboratory that we can tap into. If we learn to sense into the hidden grammar of nature, we can take this learning of 3.8 billion years worth of R&D and apply that to how we help our leading and our organisations become future fit, to adapt to change. And the second reason is that the very act of going into the woods is scientifically proven to help shift our awareness, to help us become more creative, collaborative, more empathic, more able to deal with hidden connections and systemic changes, and rather than just cope amid complexity, actually start to thrive amid complexity, the very qualities we need as future fit leaders in our organisations today. So now that we're in the woods, exploring, going into nature, opening our minds and hearts, we can start to sense an embodied experience of regenerative leadership that helps inform how we lead and operate our organisations of the future. This is a living system, this is a living being. This tree is aware of our presence through at least 4 ways.
Springwood, this is just like a classroom of nature wisdom. You know, you can see ancient trees, biodiversity, and you can really feel the natural cycle of birth and death. And I think this is very useful because this is teaching you to accept, you know, changes and to see, okay, you have to adapt constantly, you know. And I think this nature wisdom helps us to raise our level of awareness.
A shift in consciousness, in our own personal consciousness, has to happen. It's only until we shift into regenerative business that we truly understand we are nature and nature is us, and we're sitting within the whole field, if you like.
Business as usual is not working. This desire for growth doesn't make sense when you bring it into the woods. Growth is not forever. You come, you repeat yourself, and then you eventually decay, and that decay goes into new growth. So Giles's brilliance in helping business leaders understand that, and by being in nature to thinking about us as part of nature, makes absolute sense if you listen to it. And I just wish more and more people would grasp that.
Giles introduced us to the notion of regenerative leadership, and so we went on a journey for the last 4.5 years with Giles to not only transform the inner culture of Vivobarefoot and the inner soil of the ecosystem. You can see the ecosystem kind of as a forest, but also the outer world of Vivo and what Vivo is trying to offer to the world at large.
Most businesses are run on those disconnected ways in which they're not connecting people with their own hearts, with their own emotions. Working with Giles has definitely helped me connect better with myself, which has helped me bring more connection into our organisation.
The seasonal flow of things is obviously a huge part of regenerative leadership, so the very act of being here and connecting to these woods in all the seasons has been a big part of just taking on the regenerative leadership journey for Vivobarefoot.
There's been a direct, tangible impact on the way I'm working because of the work I've done with Giles. I have trusted my intuition. So rather than gain more external knowledge or more courses, he didn't tell me what to do, but he gave me an experience and held a very clever space of his knowing and allowed me to settle my nervous system, and then a ton of information came in around, oh, this is what I do.
We're not in the business of business, we're in the business of life, and that's what Giles teaches you. It gives you the tools to say there's only life and there's only nature, and it's regenerative, which means creating the conditions that are conducive to life to thrive and flourish amid ever-changing life conditions.